I am thrilled to be here at the Clinton Global Initiative on September 19th, 2022, where we are celebrating the climate commitment makers. And our first interview for the day is John Walker. John, welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for everything you're doing, and congratulations on this title that you've received today. Tell us a little bit more about who you are.
Sure, thank you. So I work for Fairtrade, and we're an organization that works with 1.9 million farmers and workers across 71 countries. Our vision is that smallholder farmers and workers can all earn sustainable livelihoods, be able to decide on their own future, and be able to fulfill their own futures.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That sounds like a very sensible thing to be doing. So why did it need to be done, though? Why wasn't it already happening? Why did you really make this commitment, and what are you hoping to achieve with it?
So our commitment's very specific. We're going to be working with cocoa growing communities in Ghana and Ivory Coast, who we're already working with, and we're focusing on two issues which are very important for them. The first is deforestation, and the second is child labour. So we're going to be working on some digitalisation programs with cooperatives, bringing 100 cooperatives into a digital age, and that will impact 100,000 farmers. This helps them manage their risk on deforestation and on child labour, but also improves their business efficiency. There's then a second element of the commitment, which is that we will map 160,000 farms, and we'll transfer that mapped data to deforestation monitoring services and be able to transfer that data on risk of deforestation through to the cooperatives that we work with, so they can then understand their risk, and that will inform their risk analysis. And the third is a child labour prevention and remediation programme, focusing on helping cocoa farmers to do what they want to do and ensure that children get into school.
That's fantastic. And why is this so important? As in, this is going to be a solution or some progress that's being made to tackling the climate crisis, right? From your view, can we solve this climate crisis? Is this the kind of action it's going to take? What else needs to happen to really be able to overcome this climate warming trend that we're on?
Well, climate change is here. And what we need to do now is to protect the most vulnerable, and to do that we need to limit global warming to 2.1 to 2.4%, and that's a role for all of us. But we also need to focus on how we ensure that people can adapt to climate change. So what we're doing at Fairtrade is two actions, really: our programs and standards, which aim at reducing the negative impacts on the environment of trade, and then working with smallholders so that they have access to decent incomes and they can adapt to climate change.
Wow, okay, I think we can pull this off. Do you think we can pull this off?
I don't see that there's any other thing that we can do but pull it off, really. It is imperative on us as consumers, as businesses, as society, to pull together and to make this happen.
From your mouth to the viewers' ears, we can pull this off. We're in it together. And I'm sure there's somebody you want to shout out in particular, or maybe a group of people to shout out in particular. What we do with the We Don't Have Time platform is we share climate love. So this is when we actually give our thanks and appreciation to those who are really doing their part in solving the climate crisis. So from your vantage point, John, who would you like to share some climate love with?
Well, I'm going to share some Fairtrade climate love, and I'm going to share this with the millions and millions of smallholder farmers and workers who are at the sharp end of climate change, are responsible for very little of the emissions, but we see are working hard to adapt to climate change. And specifically, I'm going to share this with this Fairtrade Climate Love with two producer organisations who we work with. One in Ghana called Abokfa, Transition to Organic Farming, and the second one in Cote d'Ivoire called EcoKeem, a union of tens of thousands of cooperatives who are doing huge work to try and enable their members to adapt to climate change and reach a decent income.
Well, thank you for sharing that climate love. We will be sure to reach out to them and make sure that they know that you've shared it. Thank you, John. Appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you.